Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kobe and this is SkyTech Digital. Now in this video, I'm going to show you how you can be able to create a results checker website. This is just a simple platform whereby students can be able to come enter their email and username or password and then be able to log in and then be able to check their results. So this is how it looks like. A student come to the website over here, and then of course if the person doesn't have a username and a password, the person cannot be able to um, you know um, log into the website. Now of course you need to register on the website, and then the user need to be a student of that particular school before the person can be able to enter this place. So it is more or less like a small platform for a school that you are handling, or any project that a school project that you are handling. So a user comes over here and then enter, let's say the username and then the password, and then hit login. Now it logs the person into the main website where the person can be able to check their how do you call it, their results. So before you can be able to check results, you need to select the class. Now this is just a junior high school results checker form. Now you can use this same for senior high school, for college, for university, for anything school that you are running. So you select the class over here, and then the term that the person wants to check the exams or the results for, and then the serial number. So I have some serial numbers over here that I want to let me check this one over here that I want to use. So I'm going to use this one over here. So I'm going to go enter this serial number in it, and then I'll change this one to 2. I'll change this one to 6, and then also you enter the how do you call it, the registration number. So this one is GHS 1001, or let me say 002, and then the year. Okay, so what year is the person checking the results for? You have to select the year. So at this time it's 2023. So then all the person needs to do is just click on view results, and then the full results of that particular user will pop up over here. Now of course, if the person doesn't have let's say a username and a password, the person will not be able to get to this particular place. So let's say if you check it and then you want to print, you can go ahead and then click on print over here to print the result. So this is just a simple platform. Now of course you can go ahead and then log out, and when you log out, it logs you out of the platform over here. Now if you want to also just go ahead, let's say I want to go ahead and go to the home page, it will still bring you over here because you haven't logged in. Okay, now if I want to create an account over there, I have to select this one, which is create an account over here, and then I'll be able to just enter my name, my how do you call it, my middle name, my last name, my username, my email address, my class, and then my password. Now you can also add let's say your registration number and even your serial number over there. Okay, so it depends on you. You can do so many things about this one, and then you'll be able to register. Now at the moment you register, you have to buy like a results checker or something like that. So you need to buy a results checker. So let's say I want to register on the platform. So let me say I want to register with Kobe, and then let's say this one is my middle name, and then let's say I want to say Evans, and then I'll go ahead and then just type in my username. So I'm gonna say let me say just Kobe. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and then just enter my email address over there. So I'll enter any email address that I feel it's okay for me. So let me just enter let me try this one and see if it works. If it doesn't work, I'll try a different one. So I'll just enter, let's say, a demo email. Okay, so demo at gmail.com. wordpress.com, and then I'll just select my class. So let's say my class is JHS1, and I'll choose a password for it. So I'm going to choose a password for it, and then I'll go ahead and click on register. Now, the moment you register, it brings you to a checkout form. Okay, so you register, it brings you to a checkout form straight away, and then you can be able to check out and pay for the checker over here, results checker over here, before you can be able to go ahead and then check your results. So you can do this with WooCommerce, and then you can also do this with your let's say your other how do you call it, any other external payment integration that you want to integrate. Now, for instance, I can go ahead and then use Paystack over here. Okay, so I've created a simple Paystack form over here, and then I'm just going to just copy this one, copy the link over here, and then I'll come back to my dashboard over here, and then I'm going to show you how this one works. So I'm going to go to dashboard over here, and then instead of me using, now let me log in, instead of me using how do you call it, the WooCommerce product, I'm just going to integrate the Paystack product, because I feel that that one is more like proper for me. Okay, I can be able to manage it well. So for instance, if I come over here and then I go to I'm using the forms over here. So Forminator is what I've used to create these forms. Okay, so I'm going to go to the form over here, and I'm going to go to the registration form. Okay, so this is the registration form. I would love to edit the registration form, and then I will be able to come to behavior over here, and then after submission. Okay, so after submission, instead of going straight to checkout, I want it to go straight to the form. Okay, so over here I'm going to delete this one over here, and then just use this one. Okay, so the Paystack link over here, and I'm going to just apply, and then I will update it. Okay, so let me just go back to, or let me just open in a different place for you to understand what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna go to the link over here. So I'm gonna go to the link and then just click, and I see if, yeah, so over here I don't have an account, so I want to log in. Now, before I even do that, let me just come over here and come to users over here. Okay, I want to delete one user so that I can be able to log into the other. So let me just delete this Mike Johnson over here. Okay, so now remember that the one that I created is not here. Okay, it's not here because I haven't approved it. Now, before you'll be able to have access to it, now the admin needs to approve you. So if I go to, let me go to Forminator over here, and I go to forms over here, you realize that the submission is done, but it hasn't been approved. Okay, so as you can see over here, I can see all the forms over here. Now let me go to submissions. Sorry, let's go to submissions, and then you see that this is a registration form. Okay, so let's see how yeah, this is it. This one is pending. Okay, it's pending approval. So if I get this notice that somebody have bought something on my website, I need to approve the person for the person to be able to have access to the website. So I can go click over here and then click on what, approve user, and then just click on apply over here. Now the moment I approve the user, if I come to users over here, now check the name. The name is what name is it? Is Kobe, right? Now the moment I approve the user, the Kobe with KOBBY and then KOBI. Now the moment I approve the user, let me go to users over here and then check the users. So you can see that where is it? Here, this one over here. So as you can see, Kobe, right? Yeah. So as you can see, this one is what we are talking about over here. So this is the user. Okay, and the user becomes what, a subscriber. Okay, now this user is what, is a subscriber. The user is not an administrator. Now if you go, the user is not a customer. Okay, so now if you go over here, and then let me try and check the website and see if I still can be able to log in over there. Now it's like you can see I haven't been able to log in. Now why? Because it is only customers who will be able to have access to the website. Now as you can see over here, I haven't bought it, so there is no way I can be able to have access to the website. So if I go over here and then let me just change this particular, let me go over here and then see. So let me just go over here. So definitely I am not a user. Even though I'm a subscriber, I haven't bought anything, so it is not working for me. Okay, now if I become a customer, definitely I'll be able to access that particular page, and that is how this thing works. But then I'm going to add an external link, which makes it so smooth and so nice, because there is a thank you page and all those things over there for an external a payment link. So as you can see over here, I can be able to let me just delete some of these links. Okay, so I'm going to delete this one, and I'm going to delete this one. I'm going to delete all the users on it, leaving just the admin on it, and then just apply. Let me see. So I'm going to delete this one and this one, leaving just the admin on it, and then click on delete and then apply. Yes, I want to delete all these users. And then now if I go back to, let's say, this place, and I want to create a registration again, I can be able to go, just type in my details over here. So let's say Kobe, and then let me say Evans, and then Kobe, right? Then the username, I'm going to use Kobe. Okay, and then the email, I'm going to use this email, so that I'll show you how you can be able to receive emails from the website. And then also the class, I'm going to choose the class. Now this is at gmail.com. Okay, so you see the username, the email is not valid, so they said it's not valid. And then the password, I'm going to use the password I want for it. So just any kind of password that you feel it should be strong, so that you wouldn't be rejected. So I'm going to click on register over here, and as you can see, I'm redirected to this payment platform. Now if I'm supposed to pay for it, I can go ahead and then just fill in my details over here, and then my email address that I want to use, and then I can go ahead and click on pay. So the amount is already there. I just click on pay over here. So with this payment, all I need to do is either I use my mobile money, or I use my credit card or debit card or whatever it is card. So at the moment you can choose the provider for it. You can go ahead and enter your number over here, and then confirm payment. And then after you confirm payment, you'll be redirected to this thank you page over here, which says thank you, please send your order number or screenshot of your purchase receipt to this email address or this WhatsApp number. So you'll be redirected to this thank you page over here, and then the thank you page will say that you have to send the screenshot or order number to this particular email address or this WhatsApp number, and then your account will be activated within 12 hours. Now if you're already you've already done that, you can go ahead to click on check results to log in and then check your results over here. So this is how the whole thing really works, and this is how it is done. I'm going to go ahead and then teach you how I was able to create this particular website over here, and then you guys will be able to learn from it. So let's jump into the tutorial and let's get it going. Alright guys, so to be able to create this results checker website, there are certain things that we need to talk about first before we can be able to start creating the website. Now first of all, what you will need to start. So first of all, you need a domain name, you need hosting, and then you need WordPress also installed. So we need domain name, we need hosting, and then we also need um, WordPress installed. So what is the domain name? Now the domain name for your website, that is the name that you give to your website. That is the name user will have to type in the browser to get access to your website. So example is maybe www.example.com or maybe www.kitechdigital.com. That is what a domain name. Okay, so that name that any user will type in the browser to be able to get access to your website is the domain name. So you have to get a domain name, and then the next one, you have to also get a web hosting. Now a web hosting is a service that allows you to rent an online space from companies to make your website come to life. So you can create a beautiful website on your laptop, but to make sure that your website come online so that somebody will be able to search on it online, you need a web hosting company to host that website online for you. So you have to rent a space online from companies like Namecheap, Bluehost, NameHero, Hostinger, and so many other web hosting companies. So all these are web hosting with companies. Now, of course, Google Cloud and AWS, Amazon, and all those things are also web hosting companies that you can be able to host your website on. Now, aside domain name hosting, we also need what we call WordPress. Now, WordPress is an open source software which is used to easily create a beautiful website, blog, or an app. So you can create a web app using WordPress. You can also create a beautiful website, any static website, using WordPress. You can create a blog using WordPress. Okay, and this WordPress is basically installed on the hosting which is connected to your domain name, so that you can be able to use it to create your website. Now it's more or less like a content management software. So we have to install this software on our hosting, and then we'll be able to use it to create our website. Now, so that is all what we need to create the website. Now, to be able to get WordPress installed, now what we have to do is first of all, you have to get domain name, hosting, and then you install WordPress. So I've done a couple of videos about how to be able to get domain name, hosting, and then also be able to install WordPress. I'll leave those links in the description, but I'll take you through this particular step. So what you have to do is just type in kitechdigital.com/Namecheap. Okay, just type in Namecheap over there, and then go to that particular website. Now you'll be able to find cheap domain name, cheap hosting, and then also be able to help you get these things cheaper, so that you wouldn't spend much on it. Now the reason why I'm using Namecheap is basically they are fast to respond to whatever you ask them. They have live chat, you can be able to chat with them, and for me, I use them specifically most of what my website that I create. So you can get cheap hosting, cheap domain from Namecheap. Now the name even suggests that they are cheap. Now as you can see, you can get the .com domain as low as 5.98 dollars, and you will have to renew it every year. So the whole year you're gonna pay this one for your .com domain, and then the .net also you can get it as low as 11.98 dollars. So let's say we want to search this particular or let me go to Kitech Digital GH. Okay, so the GH means Ghana.com. So let's say I want to search for this particular domain name. Now just type in the domain name over here, and then just click on search. You'll be able to find the domain name that you are looking for, only if it is available. So that is it. Now as you can see, it is available, and then I'll be able to get it as low as this amount. The real amount is 13.98, and I'll be able to get it as 9.58 per year. But if I am a newcomer in Namecheap and just need to use this code over here, okay. And then when I'm checking out, I use this code, and then it will fall down to what, 5.98 USD, which is very cheap, very very cheap for any web designer trying to get a domain name. So after getting your domain name, just click to what, add it to cart over here, okay. So we're gonna click it to add it to cart, and then the next one is for us to get a hosting. Now hover on hosting over here. Now we're gonna use shared hosting, okay. So we click on shared hosting, and then we'll be able to get shared hosting for our website. So as you can see, this is the shared hosting prices plans over here. We have the Stellar plan, the Popular, the Stellar Plus, and then the Stellar Business over here. Now for Stellar over here, you can get it as low as 1.98 per month every month. So in the long run, that is every year you're gonna pay. For the first year, you're gonna pay 22.88, and then you renew at 44.88 per year. So just click on get started over here if that is what you want, and then as you can see, you get these two things over here, the shared Stellar, and then we also have what, your website name over here. And then as you can see, you can go ahead to purchase this at 32.68 USD. Now remember that at the moment we click on add to cart over here, we can even lower it, lower it more, okay. So it will tell us to just log into the website, but as you can see, we can just enter the promo code that we were using, that we saw on the domain name over here, to lower the price from 9.58 to what, to 5 point something over there. So we can enter the promo code, the newcom whatever it is promo code that we saw on the domains page, and then we can enter it over here too. So just go ahead and then confirm your order. If you don't have an account over here, they will tell you to create an account, confirm your order, and then go ahead and then what, buy this cheap domain and hosting for this particular website. Now I'm not going to go through it because I have a domain that I'm going to use already. So that is it. Now the next one is your after getting the domain and hosting, what you need to do is to basically install WordPress on it. I'll leave the link somewhere here so that you can be able to get that link to be able to know how to install WordPress on your hosting, that is using the cPanel, okay. So I'll leave the link in the description. I'll also leave the link so that you can be able to see it over here, and then you watch that link to be able to install WordPress on your cPanel. Now if we are done with the hosting, the domain name, and then install WordPress. Now this is what we are going to get, okay. So a new WordPress installation over here, and this is exactly what you're going to get, okay. So I just don't want to waste time on buying the domain name and installing. I'll leave the links over there. You can watch it, and then you'll be able to install all those things over there. Now as you can see, you can be able to install. When you install WordPress over here, this is exactly what you're going to get, okay. A new WordPress installation over here, and this is exactly what you're going to get. Now first of all, what I have to do is I just want to just clear some things from the WordPress dashboard, and then also do some few settings, and then we move ahead to create our website that we want. So I'm going to click on dismiss over here, go over here, and then just clear the dashboard for me to get a clean dashboard over here. And as you can see, I'm going to get this particular dashboard over here. Now the next step we're going to do is we're going to go to settings over here, and we're going to click on general to check our website name and all those things. So as you can see, this is the website name. Now I'm going to name it Kitech Delta or Kitech High School, okay. So we have a tagline over here. You can just type in what your tagline over here, school for everyone. So this is my tagline, and then you have your website URL, your site address. Now make sure you don't do anything with this one, and then your administration email address, you put it over here. And then if you want this to be a membership website, of course this is what a membership website, so we're gonna click over here, and then you can go ahead and then check the user role and all those things. Now we will leave it as it is. Now first of all, I'm going to move from subscriber to customer. Okay, so for the new user role. And then also the site language, the time zone, you can choose all those things. And then date format and everything that you want to set, you set it the right way that you want. And then click on save changes over here. So now we have what we have our general settings set up. Now the next one that we're going to do is we're going to go to permalinks, and then later on when we have our pages and other things set up, we come to readings over here. So permalinks over here, now you see that the permalink structure, what we want, the structure that we want is we want it to be a post name. Okay, so make sure that you move it from whether plain or date and time, whatever it is, to a post name. Now this really helps in SEO purposes, and then it makes your website structure, link structure, becomes very well organized, so that search engines can be able to search your website very well. Now that it is done, what we're going to do is we're going to click on save changes to save the changes that we've done. So now we've set up our permanent structure, we've set up our settings and other stuff. Now what we want to do is we want to create some, and we want to install a theme that we are going to use for our results checker website. So what we want to do is we want to install a new theme. So what we do is we'll just hover on appearance over here, click on themes, and then over here, now as you can see, I have two themes over here. One is the cadence, and then the one is what 2023 theme. Okay, so I'm going to use the cadence theme, but for you, I know definitely it's not going to be here. Okay, so what you can do is just going to click on add new over here, and then just search for the cadence theme. So just search for cadence over here, just search for cadence. Now you're going to see this particular theme over here. For yours, it will say what not installed, but mine is installed. So what I need to do is, for yours, it's just going to be something like this. You're just going to click on install, and then mine is already installed, so I'm going to click on activate to activate this particular theme for my website. So as you can see, this is how my website looks like. Let me go to the front end so that you're going to see how it looks like. So this is a plain website. There is nothing on it, only one page, which is what the sample page over here, and that is exactly what we need. Now the next one that we need is we have to install some other plugins. Okay, so to be able to do that, I'm going to go to the website that we created, that we are going to recreate the same thing over here, and then check out the plugins that we really installed. Okay, so first I'm going to go over here and then click on add new over here, and then I'm going to search for the first plugin that I want to search for is Elementor over here. So Elementor is a drag and drop page builder, which will help you to build your website. Now I'm gathering my tutorials to be able to create a complete video on Elementor hosting. It's coming sometime soon, so make sure that you also watch that particular video. Now what we have to do is we're going to click on install now over here. We're going to install Elementor over here, so we click on install now. So Elementor is what installed. We can go ahead and activate it, but before we do that, I want to install all the other plugins that I will need before I will activate all the other plugins. So I'm going to go back to this particular page over here. So I'm going to click and go back to admin of the website that we are creating, and we're going to look at the plugins that we installed to help this website really function. Okay, now I explain all the functions of all these plugins, and then you see what it does. Now first of all, we've installed Elementor already. Now the next plugin that we're going to install is this Educare over here. Now this is the plugin that we will need to create our results checking platform. Okay, so we will go to plugins over here and then search for Educare. Now this is the plugin that we are looking for. So as you can see, even though it is untested, this plugin, I have tested it, and then it was last updated 2 weeks ago, meaning that the update is really done. It is good, but before you install it, since it is untested, I advise you to back up your website if this is not a new WordPress website that you are creating. If it is an old website and you want to add this plugin to it, make sure you back your website up so that if anything happens, you can restore your website very soon. Now I don't have any affiliation with this particular plugin. I do not have any, affiliate or whatever it is with them. I just saw this plugin, tested the plugin, it works fine, and I'm doing a video about it. So out of the reviews that have come, at least it have a higher rating over here, and that is why I have decided to use this plugin to create the website. So I'm going to click on install now over here. So the next plugin that we're going to install is also we will install Forminator, we will install Woocommerce, okay, and then we will install some of the other plugins which is really associated with Woocommerce, and then the other plugins. So first, the first next one is Forminator. So we're going to check for Forminator. So just check for Forminator. So Forminator, for those of you who don't know what Forminator is a form builder. Okay, so you can use it to build any kind of form that you want. Okay, now I like this form builder because it is easy to use, and then it have so many things which is for free. Okay, so for me who like free things, I would love to use Forminator. Now as you can see, 400,000 active installation, 5-star review, very good. Okay, so I'm going to click on install now over here. And now we move on to the next one. So the next one, we're going to install WooCommerce. Okay, so we'll pick WooCommerce over here, and then install checkout field editor for WooCommerce. Install content control. Now I've done a video about content control. For those of you who want to restrict your website, content control is one of the best plugins that you can use. So I'm going to first install WooCommerce. So this is what WooCommerce. Now WooCommerce is used to basically create product. Okay, so since we want people to be able to check out when they are creating a new account on our website, pay some certain fees before they can be able to access our website, then WooCommerce will help us to do that. Okay, so we'll be able to install WooCommerce over here. Now of course WooCommerce is basically good for this website, but you can also have another another side of the website where you'll be using any of your payment integration system that you want to use. So for me, I love Paystack is good. They give me my money whenever I need, whenever somebody buys things on my website, Paystack collects the money for me. So I'm comfortable with Paystack, and it's very good for me to use, and that is why I also integrate Paystack into it aside the WooCommerce, so that I'll be able to use Paystack to redirect people to pay, and then for me over here using mobile money, and then other I know those of you in Nigerians can also use Paystack, because Paystack is big in Nigeria, and you can use it in anywhere in Africa over here right now. So WooCommerce is also one of the things over here. So later on we'll also integrate Paystack into it, so that you know how it goes. So now that we have installed WooCommerce, now we can go ahead to install login logout menu. Now this will help us to get a logout menu for our website. So I'm going to search for login or logout menu item over here, and then I'm going to get this particular one over here. So login or logout menu item, this is what I need. I just need a simple plugin which users can be able to log out from the website whenever they want to. So I will install this one, and then I'm going to come to what is the next one here? I have content control. Now content control will also help me to hide the particular page that I don't want people to be able to access when they are not logged in. Okay, so I'll use content control over here to be able to do that. So I'll use this plugin over here, content control. I'll install it, and then I'll come to which other one again. So yeah, checkout field editor for WooCommerce. Now this one will help me to edit the checkout, so that the checkout will be few of certain things that people will have to fill. Now this is not we are not shipping anything. We are just using this one just for people to buy a virtual thing. Okay, so it is not nothing that they have to ship. So check out field editor for WooCommerce. Now I need to be sure because I've used this one before. I've also used this one before. I don't know which one I am using now. Now let me check the name over here, and then the name is yeah, theme high. Okay, so I'm going to use this one, the theme high over here. So this is exactly what I'm using. Okay, so I'm gonna go to, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plugins installed. Now of course this one is what is not, we are not using this one. So I have what I have 7 plugins installed. Okay, so now let me go back to all plugins over here, or installed plugins over here, and then see all the plugins that I've installed, and then let me activate them all. So I'm going to click on plugin over here, check this mark over here, click on bulk actions, and then click on activate, and then I'll click on apply to activate all of the plugins that I've installed. Okay guys, so all the plugins is activated. Everything is what well done. Now if you go to pages, because we install WooCommerce will create some pages for us. So let's go over there, and then you see, so if you go to pages over here, you see that WooCommerce have created some other pages for us. So this is a sample page which I don't really need. I'm going to trash it. Now all these pages, we are not going to show it on the website. We're not going to show it on the menu of the website or the header. Okay, it's going to be like like a hidden page which doesn't really exist to users. Okay, because all of them wouldn't be needed. Now even though they can go to checkout, they can go to cart and all those things, my account and all those things, but I'm not going to show it over there because I don't want them to see it. Okay, basically I don't want them to see it. So I'm just going to trash this one also, because this is a draft and I don't need any draft over here. So basically I have this one too, is a draft. Now of course I'll need a privacy policy on for my website. So if you look at this particular website, these are the pages that is really running on the website. So we have the results, we have contacts, we have privacy policy, and then logout. Okay, this is what is on the menu, and then we also have what check results. So basically that is it. Now this is a simple website, okay, with not much thing going on. The most important thing is just having this thing work properly for us. So what we're going to do is we're going to create some few pages. Now we're going to create a results page, which will be our home page. We're going to create a login page. We're going to create a registration page. We're also going to create a contact page if possible. Now, of course I don't have a contact page, or I just use something to represent something just for those of you. And then we'll create a privacy policy page. I also have this login link over here, a logout link over here, and then we also have what check results. So we're gonna, first of all, we're gonna create a results page, and then also create login logout page. Those are the most important pages that we have to create, and then we'll create one product that will serve as the results checker product. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go over here, and then we will click on add new over here. And guys, as you can see, I'm going to just name this one results, and then I'm going to change this default template to Elementor full width over here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to publish it. Okay, now we come over here to edit the page using Elementor, but for now this is all what we need, and that is exactly what we'll use. Now the next, we're going to click create another page. So the next page we're going to create is we're going to create the login, we're going to create the registration page. Okay, so all those pages we are creating them down, and then later on we'll edit them using Elementor. Now we also go through the Educare plugin, the settings and other stuff. We talk about it, how it works and all those things. Now the next page we're going to create is the login page. So I'm also going to click over here, and then just Elementor full width, or with this one I'm going to make it canvas. Okay, because with the login I don't want anything to be there, I just want the canvas. Okay, so I'm going to click on publish over here, and then the next one is also the registration page. So the registration page is similar to the login page, but have different items over there, or different shortcode that will be displayed over there. So I'm also going to make it canvas over here. Okay, so I'm going to publish it. Okay, so I have this 3 pages set up. Okay, so I think it is good and I'm good to go now. Before we can even edit all these pages, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the Educare plugin. Okay, the plugin that run this whole entire platform. And what we're going to do is first of all, let's go to settings and then check the settings of this Educare plugin. Now I'm going to take you through some of the settings step by step, so that you know what each and every one each of this settings does. Now the shortcode for the results page. Okay, so as you can see, this is the shortcode that is needed for the results page. Now this is the shortcode you need, so we can copy this one, okay, over here, and then we can place it on our results checker page. Okay, the page that we created called the results. So this is the shortcode that you need, and then enter your front end results page slash where you use the so where we use the shortcode, we enter it over here, and that is why I named it results. Okay, so if it is results checker, make sure that you write the results checker over here. And then also the student page. Now this page is a feature which they are yet to launch. They haven't launched yet, but then even if you use the shortcode, it wouldn't still work, because they are still working on it to launch this feature. So with this one, I wouldn't be able to. So you can check out all the time to see whether the student page still exists. So I wouldn't worry myself. That is why I didn't create any page for student. Now we have default fields over here. So as you can see, these are the default field over here. Okay, so now if you look at my let me go and then take you through. You realize that if you go to, let's say I want to log in and see. So let me say I want to log in. Okay, so let me log in and see if okay, so the username is not working. So let me use let's say Mike and see. So this one too is not working. I don't know which username I really used, but I wanted to show you something. Okay, so what I wanted to show you is, if you go over here, you realize that these are some of the things that you can see over here. Okay, so this basically is the default field when it comes to the registration page. Okay, so if we come to here and then we click on register over here, or create an account over here, and you see that we have a page over here. Now we have what the first name, this middle name, I added it. We have last name, we have username, email, class, and all those things. Now this one is basically from the Forminator form. Okay, but this particular one, you can see it on this particular field. Okay, over here. So we have the class, we have the exam, we have the serial key, which is the row number. Okay, so which is this particular one, row number over here. Okay, and then we also have the registration number. We also have the year. Okay, all this one you can see them over here. Now of course, if you don't want to show them, you can remove some of them. Okay, so it is not possible to deactivate both. That is the registration number or row number. So if you think row number is unnecessary to you, you can just deactivate this one. But note that you cannot deactivate this one and this one altogether. At least one of them should exist. Okay, and that is it. Now because it is difficult to find students without row or registration number, so you need to deactivate one of them. So meaning that registration number or row number, one of them can be deactivated. If your system has one of these, you can select it. Otherwise, it is better to have both selected. So for instance, where I am, we don't really use row number for anything. Okay, and that is why I renamed this one to serial key or serial number. Now I was thinking maybe you can give out serial key or serial numbers to your own students so that they can use it whenever they are using it. To it's gonna be like a secret key or something to them. But if you feel like you want to deactivate this one, you can deactivate this one, and then they will use their registration number over here. So basically this is what you're gonna get. So all these ones are there: the name, the registration number, the class, the exam, and then the year. And this is where you're gonna get them over here. Okay, so this one is possible. Now, even though the name did not appear over here, now this is basically what is supposed to be. Okay, so I recommend that you deactivate one of these, or better still, just keep the two field there. Now this is the field that you fill whenever you are adding students to your system. Okay, so that is it. And then we also have the results results field over here, the results system. So the name of the institution, make sure that you add your name of your institution over here. So Kitech High School. Kitech High School should be here. And then the optional subject selection. So the icon that you want to use for the optional subject selection, you can keep it over here. Now this one is to define how many subjects in each group. So where if there is a group subject, okay, you can basically define them over here. But if there is not, now I'm going to put 0 over here. So for disable or unlimited set, just put 0. Okay, for unlimited set 0. Okay, so I'm going to put 0 over here just to disable it. Now auto results. What is auto results? So automatically calculate student results status, pass, fail, and GPA. So if you enable this one, if this one is on, whenever you are entering the student marks, it will automatically calculate them for you. And then student photo, if you want to show student photo also, you can show it. And then student details also, if you want to show information or details of students on results card, you can also show it over here. And then grade sheet, show the grade sheet on the results card. So if you want to show the grade sheet on the results card, you can also show it over here. And then custom design permission. Now you need to permit or allow this option when you add custom functionality or customize educare results card or something searching form. So if you want to just customize it, make sure that you permit you give them permission to be able to do that. So you can choose yes or no. Now I'm going to put it as default no. And then we also have security over here. So this one is if you don't want anybody just to be bots and other stuff to be running your website, but you want to make sure that human beings are the one searching through your website, then you can use the Google reCAPTCHA to be able to do that. So if you have Google reCAPTCHA, site key and secret key, you can just enable this one and then you paste the keys over here. Okay, so that is it. Now I'm going to leave it as default no. And then others, so we have the guidelines. So enable this option to receive smart guidance or help messages. So if you want to receive help messages and other stuff, recommend for new users, you can enable this one. And then delete confirmation, so enable these options to get a pop-up confirmation when you delete something. And then also copy demo data, advanced settings. So all this one you can also enable them if you want them. Now with all said and done, I'm just going to click on save over here to save all the settings that we have. Make sure you save all your settings. Okay, now over here we're going to go to the default photo. So if you want to change this one, you can of course do so. So this is the default student photo that comes with this particular plugin. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on upload, and then we're going to select some files and then dump them over here. Okay, so these are some files that I have on my in my folder over here. Okay, so on my machine over here. So I'm going to just drag in some images over here. So these are all images. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag them into this one over here. Okay, so as you can see, the first image that I I did the SVG, did not really work. I don't know why it didn't work. But then if you want to use this particular image, of course you can use it. So we want to change this one to make sure that we use this particular image over here, so that it's going to show on our report card. Okay, so I'm going to click on save over here to save it. So this is the new image that anybody who doesn't have an image will be, any student who doesn't have an image will be seeing. And we also go to this place. Now this is the grading system. Okay, so this is how the grading system looks like. This is the default one. You can go ahead and add your own custom grading system over here by either deleting or adding new one over here. So if your grading system is different from this one, you can go ahead and then add your own thing. So as you can see, from 0 to 32 is F, 33 to 39 is either 1, all those things. Now in GHS, junior high school in Ghana, they use those 1, 2, 3 system over here. You can ignore this one, but I'm just being just a web design that a tutorial that I'm using. I just want to show it over here so that you know that you can either add your own, okay, over here, or delete anything that you want to delete. So as you can see, we can add or delete. Okay, so that is exactly what we're going to do. So you can either choose your default or custom. I'm going to just keep the default one over here. And then I think these are the settings for it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to let's go through one. So with the management over here, as you can see now, this, they have already inserted classes for us. Now I'm going to just delete these classes. Okay, so I'm going to delete the class. I don't need this class 6, class 7, class 8. I don't need it. In Ghana, there is nothing like class 6, class 7, class 8. We have GHS 1, GHS 2, GHS 3, and that is exactly what I'm going to junior high school 1, junior high school, and junior high school 3. So I'm just going to edit this one first of all, and then just change this one to JHS 1. Okay, so I'm going to make this one JHS 1 and then click on edit to save it. Now as you can see, I have JHS 1. Now of course I can go ahead and then also either add subject or add whatever thing that I want to add to it. So you can add a subject, or you can add a class, okay, to it. So that is what. So if I want to add a subject, now let me see if I have some subject over here. Yeah, of course I have some subject over here. So I'm going to add all the subject that I want to add. I'm going to add mathematics over here. Okay, and then the class is what? The class is GHS 1. So I'm going to just add it. Okay, and then let me just click over here to add also another class. So I'm going to add GHS 2 to it, add class. I'm going to add another one, which is GHS 3 to it, and then also add class. So now I have 3 classes over here. Okay, so I can go ahead and then add all the subjects. So I'm going to click here to add subject and add it to GHS 3. Okay, so I'm going to add it to GHS 3 and then add it to GHS 2 also. Okay, so let me see this one. I have maths over here also. So I have maths in all the 3 classes. Okay, so now let's go and then add all the other subjects to it. So we have English, ICT, science. Okay, so I'm going to copy this one, come here, paste it, add it to GHS 1. Go ahead, select GHS 2, add it to it. Go ahead, select GHS 3, add it to it. Okay, so now I have English over here also, English over here also, and then English ICT. So I'm going to add it to GHS 3. I'm going to add it to GHS 2 also, and I'm going to add it to GHS 1. Okay, so I'm going to add science also. So science JHS1, I'm going to add it to JHS2, and then I'll add it to JHS3 also. So basically you can you can do all those things. I'm just going to leave it as it is. Now as you can see, I have this all filled up. So JHS1, JHS2, JHS3. Okay, so that is what that is. So you have the subject, you have the class over here. Choose where you want to add it, and then it will be added to. Okay, so that is it. Now let's go over here to manage group. Now if you have any group subject also, you can decide to also maybe you have a course, and then the course have different subjects underneath. Okay, so for instance, this is a science course, and then you have physics, chemistry, and then biology. Okay, so you can choose all those things, but I don't have any group courses over here, so I'm going to delete all of them. Okay, so I want to delete all of them so that I'm not going to have any group course over here. Okay, so over here also is to manage exam. So if you want to manage exam, so the exam numbers. Okay, so we have you can have exam number 1, exam number 2, exam number 3, depending on you, but in ours we have terms. Okay, so term 1 exams, term 2 exams, term 3 exams, or semester 1, semester 2 exams, depending on if there is a trimester 2, you can also add your trimester 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to edit this one. Instead of me deleting, I'll just say term 1, and then click on edit over here, come over here, and then change this one to term 2. Okay, click on it, and then come over here, and then change this one also to term 3, and then click on edit. So guys, as you can see, I have 3 terms over here, and these are all exam terms. Okay, so term 1, end of term exams, end of term 2 exams, end of term 3 exams. So you can you can check it over there. Now we can also go to the next one, which is the year. Okay, so over here you can manage the year. So if you have year maybe year 1, year 2, year 3, or the year itself, 2022, 2023, 2024. So but for me, I'm just going to have 1 year because the school started only this year, and we only have term 1 to deal with. So I'm just going to delete this one, 2024 and 2022 out of it. Okay, so basically that is it. So this is the year that I'm going to deal with. And then we also have if you want to add extra field. Okay, so you can go ahead and then just add an extra field. So date of birth, father's name, mother's name, institution, type, and all those things. You can decide to add it. Now this is very good whenever you are creating the student profile. So for instance, over here I'm going to just delete the type. Okay, so because in JHS there is nothing like full time student or whatever student. So I'm going to just delete this one, and then just delete the email and then the phone number. Or I'm just going to edit this one, and then just say, instead of mobile number, I'll say parent phone number. Okay, so parent phone number or mobile number. Okay, so yeah, basically that is. Let me just okay, so let me just remove this one, say parent phone number. Okay, since they said successful update extra field, so how come it's not changed to this one? Okay, let's leave it as it is. And then the email address, so we just leave it. And the institution, I don't understand why institution is here because it is the same institution. So I'm going to just delete this field over here. Let me just delete this one. Okay, so they said this one is not found. So let me just refresh this particular one and see. I think there is some kind of bug in this one. So I'm going to delete this one. Still not found. I don't know why it's not working. So these are some of the things about this particular plugins. Okay, but then we can just just remove this one and then just keep it as Yeah, it still didn't change. So you see, I've changed it, but it still didn't change. So these are some of the problems that you might really have about this particular plugin. These are all bugs. You can report it to the plugin developers, and then they might work on it for you. But not much work to do about this one. It's just they trying to make sure that everything works perfectly for you. So basically, let's just leave this field as it is, and then we can go to performance over here. So with the performance, you can check whether JHS1 is promoted to a new term or whatever it is. Okay, so JHS2 or whatever it is, you select a year, and a group is also promoted to a new group, or all those kind of things. So participant in the exams, participated in the exams, or have passed the exams, term 1, term 2, all those things. So you can just go ahead and promote them. Okay, so you can go ahead and then promote the student that you want to promote, and that is it. So with this manage attendance over here, it's also something that they are working on. It will come later on soon. So let me just go ahead, click over here, see why this one is not working. But let's go ahead with this one, and then let's click on mark sheet. Okay, so with the mark sheet, here is where you're going to add all your marks from. Okay, so you can select the class, the term, the student per page, and all those things, and then you select the student list. Okay, so as you can see, there is no student in this particular year, so no student found in this class. Okay, so you can decide to select create a student first before you can be able to add your marks over here. Now this is how you can manage manage import marks. So if you have some marks that you want to import, you can be able to use this field. Now this field is also coming soon. They are still working on it, and as you can see it over there, so there are more things that they are working on about this plugin, which I think it is very important to take note of this plugin. Now let's go ahead and then click on all students over here. So with the all student over here, this is where you'll be able to add your student and view all your students. So over here you can see all your students. Okay, results by either class or exam, and then also by year, or you can order it, whether order by is it time, or ascending or descending, the number of students per page, and all those things. But if you want to add a student, then you need to click on this particular one to add new student over here. So as you can see, this is what where we can be able to add a new student. So to be able to add a new student, of course you can upload an image for the student. Now you can enter the name of the student. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter let's say a particular name. So let's say I'm going to enter Linda. Okay, let me say Linda Johnson. So let's say Linda Johnson. Okay, and then remember that because there is no registration, because there is no row, we've deactivated the row is not more showing over here. When we went to the settings, remember that we deactivated the row over there, so the row is no more showing over there. Now registration number, of course I want to choose just a unique. So Linda is registered in JHS1 and is the first person we registered, so that is what exactly why I'm choosing this one. And then mobile number, so student mobile number, we can choose any number for the person. And then the father's name, okay, so Johnson K, and then the mother's name, Kate Johnson. And then the email address, we can choose any email address for the person. Okay, so let's say I want to just use this email address, or let's say I want to say ljohnson@gmail.com. okay, so this is what ljohnson@gmail.com. so ljohnson@gmail.com, and then the parent's phone number. So as you can see, the mobile number is here, and the parent's phone number too is what is also here. So this was the mistake that was supposed to be corrected, but it wasn't corrected. So of course, let's just put something there. Okay, so these are the subjects he will be enrolled in. Now you can also add subject over here, or click here to add what subject, and then also the optional subject. So if there are role groups over here, you can also what click to what to add. Now if nothing is done, you can just go ahead and then click on just add results to save the student. As you can see, this is the student over here, and you can go ahead and view the student. So if you view the student, this the student ID card already issued over here. Okay, and then you can go ahead and then view it, the details over here. Now these analytics, as you can see, card title, you can change the card title. Now this is the card title. Okay, and then the analytics, it's under construction. So all what you see over here is just a dummy thing that they are just showing you. Okay, so these details are okay, this subject are okay, and then if there is an old data over here, you can also see it over here, but the analytics is under construction, so you'll be able to see it whenever it's done. Now, so we've been able to created one particular student. Okay, you can go ahead and create several students for it. You can also update student data if you want to, and then over here you can import student into it. So you can update student data if you want to. So let's say we want to update this registered number over here. So as you can see, Linda comes up using her registered number. She pops out over, and then we can do an update of his details, her details. Okay, so now that we have updated student details, let's say the student wrote an exams, and then we are supposed to give the student results, okay, or marks. So now all results, as you can see, all results over here. So now we can just choose the class or exam. Okay, so let's say term 1, all classes, let's say just GHS1. Okay, and then the year, you can select the year 2023, and then we can click on view. Now if no results is found, as you can see, no results is found. Now let's go and then click on add new results to add a new result. So you can go ahead and search for the student that you want to search for and add their results over here. So let's say we want to search for Linda Johnson, and then the registered number is over here. Then we click on autofill. Now what it's going to do is it's going to autofill every detail of Linda for us, and then will give us a place to fill Linda's marks over here. Okay, now let's say in mathematics Linda got 85, and then in English Linda got 90. In ICT Linda also had let's say 89, and then science Linda had let's say 78. Okay, now all what we have to do is to click on this icon over here. It will update everything. Now as you can see, there is no group for us to select. Okay, that is why I say please select the group. If this class has a group, then select group, otherwise ignore it. So this class doesn't have any group, so we are ignoring it. So as you can see, all the grades are filled for us, and then over here it will automatically be filled when we check the results. So now we have Linda's results added for us. Now if you go back to the results over here, and then let's say we're going to check for results by class. Okay, and then we select the class, and then we say term 1, and then results, we check the year. So we select the year, say 2023, and then we click on view. You're gonna see that we will have what we are supposed to have one resource. Okay, so let's say class term 1. Yes, so how come we don't have any results yet? Let me go back over here and see the reason why the data is not found. Okay, so let's go to the front end. Okay, so let's say we go to okay, so for now we cannot check it unless we put this particular page, we put this short code, result short code on the page, and then we can be able to view it. But I don't know why we couldn't view it at the back end, because we are supposed to be able to view it at the back end. Let me check again and see. So let me say exam, and then term 1, and then GSS1 for the class. And then the year, I'm going to select 2020. And then I'm just going to click on view. Then let me see. Still, it's not found, but yet there is, we have done we have done the results, and it's supposed to work. But let's go to the mark sheet over here. So over here we can add marks to it. So GSS1, no group. So each term and other stuff, you can can add the marks to it. So let's say term 1 mathematics student, we click on student list. So this is the student over here. You can add the student mark over here. Okay, you can go ahead and then add the student mark. So this one is done by the teachers one by one. So mathematics and all those things, you can just add all of them one by one. So this is what class for GHS1 exam stem 1 and all those things, we can add this one. So let's say the math is 90. Okay, we can save marks, we can save the marks. So as you can see, successfully added your selected marks for blah blah blah. Okay, so we can also go ahead and then change English, and then check the student list, then just add. So let's say you got 90, we can save the marks, and then we can change this one to ICT student list, and then also go ahead and then let's say add 85, and then just add it, and then we go to the last one, which is science, see the student list. Then we can go ahead and then let's say we add 90, 87, 79, then we save it. So now the marks has been added to their sheet. Now let's go to the student. Also, we can go to the student, and then let's say we want to see this particular student. So we want to view this student. Okay, so this is a student. Okay, so these are the subjects that the student is. These are the student details. Okay, so over here we can add new student, we can upload. Now what I want is the marks. Okay, so all results. So what I want to do is I want to do all results and see, and then I want to see if all results will show. So let me just click over here and see all results will show. No results found. I don't know why this is making it's becoming like that, but then this is supposed to work because it worked previous times. So I don't know why it's not showing over here. But then before we do that, let's just yeah, so I have, okay, so see that filter for specific student, we should choose what row number and all those things. So yeah, select the year. Oh, okay, so let me just go to registration number. Let me just go to registration number, and then let me just click on view and see. Still didn't work. Name. Okay, so now let me just leave this one as it is. Now we've gone through all the settings. The only thing that is showing problem is over here. But then if you cannot view it at the admin side, let's try and check it at the the front end also and see. So to be able to check it at the front end, now what we want to do is we want to go to all pages over here. Now first of all, let's copy the shortcode before we go to the all settings. So we go to settings over here, and then we copy this shortcode, which is the results educare results shortcode. Okay, so let's just copy this one and then go to pages over here and then click on all pages. Now remember that we created a page which says what results. Okay, so this one over here, we will click on edit over here to edit the page, and we're going to edit it with Elementor. So we want to use Elementor to edit the page. We want it to be a simple page. We don't want it to be any any big page, just a simple page that displays whatever we want it to display. So it's just a very simple page that we need. So let's wait for it to open. So of course, Elementor said they are introducing AI and all those things, and also containers are also what there. If you can activate containers if you want to use it, but for now we're not using containers, we're just using the sections. Okay, so I'm going to create a new session over here, and then I'm going to use this particular or this particular session. Anyone is okay for me, so I'm going to use this particular session. I'm going to click over here and go to it advanced and then make it 90. Okay, so just make it 90. That is top margin 90, bottom margin 90, and then I'll click over here and I search for shortcode. So I'm going to drag in this shortcode over here and then paste in this particular shortcode over here. So as you can see, this is exactly the shortcode that we're looking for. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make here 15, and then also here 15, and then the middle will be 70. So as you can see, 15, 15, 70. So guys, as you can see, this is exactly what it's going to be. Okay, so if I like, I'll still come here and then make here, let's say 120. So bottom 120, top 120. So this is what we will be using, and then I'll just click on update. So now our results is what is working. So let me just click over here too, and then let's check for results. Okay, so results. Okay, so guys, as you can see, this is the results page over here. So as you can see, we can just enter the class, the term, the registration number, the year. Okay, so I'm going to just add this registration number and then see if I can view any results. So they said no results found. Okay, meaning that there is no results over there. So now how do we check if we really did an input for the results? Now let's go back over here and then click on all results over here, and then let's go to add. Okay, now we want to search for Linda Johnson, and then this is the registration number, GHS 1001. So this one, and then we want to the term, the term, and then how do you call it, the class, the term, and then the year. So we're going to click on autofill to autofill everything for us, and then we go ahead and then check. Okay, so guys, as you can see, the results wasn't added. Okay, so what we're going to do is let's go ahead and then add the results and see. So we're going to add all the marks over there and see if everything will work for us. So English 89, maths 89, English 90, ICT 79, science 88. Then I'm going to click over here to update. So everything is updated. Now if everything is done, I think please select the group. If it doesn't have the group, then it's okay. So since everything is done, then I think there is nothing we can do again. Okay, so what else do we need to do? Just click on add results over here. Okay, so I think it is added. Now if it doesn't really work, then I think there is a problem with this particular plugin. Okay, because we have been able to add the results, and then you see successful added results. So if results has been added, then let's go back over here and then still refresh this website. Let's add the registration number over here, view results, and see. That is it, guys. The results have been added. So meaning that the first time we couldn't add the results because we did not click on this particular button. Okay, so let me just show you the button. See, after adding the results, okay, adding everything, make sure that you click on this particular pencil over here. Okay, now this will allow you to be able to save the results, and then also make sure that you click on add results over here to add the results. Okay, do not jump this one. Okay, make sure that you click on add results over here. Now that our results is what is now showing over here, we are good to go. Okay, we are good to go. So now we are good to go. So guys, we are good for the results and then the educare plugin itself. Now, how do we make this website close so that people cannot be able to just access it? And that is where the login and registration page and all this redirection and all these things come in. So what we want to do is want to create a form. Okay, so we're going to create two forms. Now one is a login form and then one is a registration form. After creating those two forms, we have to make sure that we protect this particular page. Okay, this particular page that we've created, we need to protect the page. Now how do we protect the page? That is where the content control comes inside. Okay, so first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to go through the content control itself. So I'm going to go to settings over here, and then under it you see content control over here. So I'm going to click on content control, and then I'm going to control the content. So I'm going to add restriction, first restriction. Now the name of it, I'm going to say results. Okay, so results, and then who can see this content? Now all logged in users can see. Choose which rows can see this content, leave blank. So I want the admin to see, I want the customer to see. Okay, and then I also want who again, yeah, so just the admin and the customer to see this particular, and then maybe the editor. Okay, the admin, the editor, the customer to see this, and then maybe the shop manager to see this particular place, because these people are people that they have an affiliate to the website, and they can be able to see this page. And then go to protection over here, and then choose how to protect your your content. So we want it to redirect. Now where do we want it to redirect? We have a custom link, so we want to just redirect this one to the custom link. Okay, so we're gonna say demo dot this particular link. So where will they be taken to? A custom URL, and then this is the custom URL, and then a content. Okay, now apply this restriction if the user views content that is. Okay, so this is where we're going to choose the content that we want to. So a selected page instead of a selected post, we're going to say a selected page. Okay, and what is the page? We say results. So this particular page. Okay, if the user chooses this to see it, then the person needs to what? To log in first. So we're going to add this one, and then you see, guys, as you can see, it is what it is added. Okay, now of course you can do changes and other stuff and still what update it. And then when you add it, you've add everything, go to general over here. Now the general gives you an overview of whatever thing that you want to add to it. So if you have a denial message, default denial message, you can click over here, but if not, you are good to go. Just click on save over here. Now remember that even though you've added this resource, if you don't save it, it wouldn't work. Okay, so just click on save over here. Okay, and you are good to go. Now if we copy this resource slip, open it in a new incognito over here, just paste it over here, and then try to view it. Let's see what happened. It redirects us to what? The login page over here. Okay, guys, as you can see, since we don't have any login details over here, this is what the user will see now. Okay, so that is it. So we are almost good to go. So now that we've done our protection, now what I want to do now is to go straight to appearance over here, click on menus over here, create a menu for the website. So I'm going to create a menu for the website, and after creating the menu for the website, then I'll go to create just create the login page and all those things. So I'm going to name this one the main menu. I'm going to show it on the primary. Okay, so the primary and then the mobile. Okay, this is going to appear over there. Now I'm going to click on create menu over there. Okay, so now that I have, now I'm going to click on results. As you can see, that is the only thing that I need now over here, because if you look at this one, it shows the results, it shows the let's see, the contact, the privacy, and then the logout. Okay, but as you can see, I really do not have any other pages now. Let me just add this one and see if I could get any other pages again. Nah, I can't. So I have just the results page, okay, that I can be able to show over there. So over here I can also show the login logout page. Okay, so this particular one over here, I can show it over here. And then what again, yeah, I can also show a custom link, which is what, which I'll say I'm not going to create a contact page, so I'm just going to what show, and then also show maybe another custom link for privacy policy. Okay, privacy policy page. So basically these are the pages that I'm going to what I'm just going to use. So this one will be here and this one will be here. So basically like this. I'm going to click on save menu. So now if I come to this place and I refresh the website, now guys, this is exactly what we're going to see. We see the results, the privacy policy, the contact, and then logout. Okay, so that is exactly what we are seeing. So now that we have this one done, now we can go ahead and then create our form. So we're going to use the forminator to create our form. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to forms over here. Now before we even create the forms, now one thing I want to do is I want to create a product first. Okay, so for those of you who don't know nothing about WooCommerce, now I have done an intensive video about WooCommerce. This is not a WooCommerce video. Okay, so I'm not going to go into details. Now what I'm just going to go is just going to go to settings over here and then just check the the WooCommerce settings. So I've done an intensive video about WooCommerce, and I'll leave the link in the description for you so that you can be able to check it out. Okay, so the general settings, that is the store settings and other stuff, you can check it out for yourself. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for product over here, and then as you can see, add to cart behavior. So you can redirect the cart page to successful addition. You can do that, okay, depending on you. And then whatever you want to do over here, you can enable it and then click on save over here. Now we go to inventory also. So under inventory over here, you can decide to either enable stock management or not. Okay, now with this one, since we're going to use downloadable not even virtual product, okay, so we're going to use more of a virtual product for this particular one, so these all things wouldn't be needed. Okay, so we're going to go to downloadable over here. Okay, so this one too is not really needed. Now basically everything over here is okay for me. Let me go to advanced and see. Yeah, basically everything is over here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to account and privacy over here. So allow customers to place orders without an account. No, I want everybody to have an account. And then also allow customers to log into an existing account. Allow customers to create an account during checkout, so they can create an account. Allow customers to create an account on my account page, so you can also do this one. I'm going to delete this ones over here. and then I'm going to click on what save changes over here. Okay, now let me come to product again and check certain things over here. If everything is good for me, I'll be good to go. Okay, so you can product rating, you can enable all those star rating and all those reviews and all the things. You can either choose to do that or not. It depends on you. Okay, but I'm not really interested in all these things. What I'm interested in is to create a product. So I'm going to go to product over here and click on add new. So I'm going to create a new product, which I'll call the product results checker. Okay, so I'll say result checker. So this is what a result checker product. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just add an image for the checker. So I'm going to search an image that I can be able to use for the checker. So let me go to my downloads and see what image I can use. So let's use this image over here. So I'm going to drag in this image over here. Oh, sorry. Let me just drag in this image over here. So I'm going to drag in this image over here, and when it is done uploading, I'll be able to insert the image as the product image. Okay guys, so I can go ahead and then set it as a product image. Okay, and then over here I will add a new category and call it what results checker. And then I can click on add new, and then I'll just price it as, let's say, $15. Okay, depends on you. Okay, anyhow you want to price it. And then I'll say it is what a virtual product. Now if you go to inventory over here, I'll say sold individually, because I don't want it to bring in add to cart. Select how many you want to buy and all those things. Just want to buy sold individually. So I want to say sold individually. Okay, and then stock management. If you want to track stock, now this is not about stock thing, so it doesn't really matter. And then you can go ahead and then just publish your product. Okay, so I just go ahead and publish my product. Since it's a virtual product, I don't really care about anything other. I just want people to buy this product and then be able to log into my website. So now that I've created the product, now this is the product link. Okay, but this is not really what we need. We need a link that we'll be able to use to direct people to the add to cart, and we will just need the product ID over here, and then a link that I'll leave it in the description. I'll leave it a link in the description so that you can go and copy that link whenever you need it to work. So now that we've created a product over here, now we can go ahead and go to Forminator over here. Now Forminator, we use it to create forms. Okay, so we're going to create two forms. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on forms over here. Okay, so now over here what we're going to do is we click on create form. Now the first form that we're going to create is a login page. Okay, so we're going to click on login over here and then click on continue user login, click on create. Okay guys, so as you can see over here, this is what our login. Now the login comes with what? The username, password, and then something that says login. Okay, so that is all what we need, nothing else. Okay, so the next one is we can go to appearance and then set it as what? Either flat, bold, or material. So we want this one done over here. So basically everything is good to go. I'm not going to do any styling, anything. I just want you guys to know how it works. Okay, and then user login. So over here you can do the field mapping and all those things for your users. Okay, so already logged in and all those things, you can be able to change it, do anything that you want to do with it. And then let's go to the behavior. So after successful login, where does the user is being redirected to? So we want the user to be redirected to the results checker page. Okay, or let's say the home page of the website. So I'm just going to leave it as the home page. Okay, so it should be redirected in the same the same tab. So we're going to click on this one. So this is the page that we're going to redirect the page, the user to. So if everything is okay, we can go to, emails over here, and then email notifications. You can add notifications for it if you want to add an email notification. So the recipient of the email, and then advanced and all those things. But I'm not going to add any email notification because I don't want to get messages just because people have logged into my website. So you can go to integrations and you can go to what settings. So these are all everything set up. Now after everything is done, I can just click on publish over here to publish. So this is just a simple login form. So I can click on this one, copy the link, copy the short code over here, and then come to pages. Okay, so I'm going to go to all pages over here. I'm going to go to all pages over now. Remember that if you look at this page, now we want to set this page as a home page. So as you can see, this is what the results page. So to set this one as a home page, now what we have to do first is to go to settings over here and then go to reading. Okay, so want to set it as a home page. So just click this one, or say home page displays your what static page. So we're going to click this one and then change the the static whatever it is, the static page, change it to your results page. Okay, so that is where we want to display. Now remember that because it is our results page, and the results page is what has been redirected to the login page. If you are not how do you call it, if you are not logged in, or if you are not a user of the website, definitely most of the times, if you are not a user and you are visiting the website, you see the login page first. But this is our home page. Okay, so that is it. So now that we are done with it, we can go ahead, and then if you go over here and we refresh this website, you see that the address changes. Okay, the address changes, and rather this one becomes our home page. So we can go straight away and go to the back end over here, go to our pages. Okay, let's go to pages over here, click on all pages. Okay, so now that we are over here, we're going to click on what edit login. So we want to insert the shortcode that we copied into the login page. So we click on edit login, or login, and then we edit it. Okay guys, so the next thing that we're also going to do is since we want to use Elementor to edit this page, what we're going to do is we're going to click on edit with Elementor. Okay, so over here guys, this is the Elementor canvas. So Elementor canvas doesn't show you anything about the header and footer, so everything is plain. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to click on this particular one, and then we're going to use two session. Okay, two session over here, column, and then I'll click over here, and then I'll make it full width 1, and then the height, instead of the fit to screen, or let me change it to just fit to screen. Okay, so that it wouldn't be like I'm giving it a minimum height or whatever it is. So just fit to screen is quite okay. And then with the background, I'm just going to give it a background, kind of like a color. Okay, so I'm going to give it like yeah, this color is quite okay for me. And then what do I place here? Over here I'm going to place in, or let me just put in the shortcode over here first before I change my mind. So over on the right hand side, I'm going to search for shortcode, and then just drag in shortcode on the right hand side, and then I'm going to place in this shortcode, which is the login form over there. So as you can see guys, it says what you're already logged in. Okay, yeah, we know that we're already logged in, but we're gonna go straight away and then give it a margin of, let's say, 20. Okay, so 20 is quite okay. And then over here also we're gonna give it yeah, kind of like a padding of 20. Okay, so we'll have that kind of like a space, or let me say a padding of 40. Okay, so this is quite okay. Yeah, let me just remove this one, and then I'm just gonna give this one as a margin of 40. Okay, yeah. So if I give it the margin of 40, I'll give it a padding of 20. Okay, so now I can go to settings over here, the style over here, and then click on style, that background type, change it to white. Okay, and then if I'm okay with it, it's quite okay. Let me check the other one and see how it's behaving. Okay, so let me just click over here, and this is how it looks like. So yeah, so we're gonna make sure that it looks almost the same as this one. So we're gonna give it with a border of, let's say, 2. Okay, so it's supposed to be like a black border, and we're gonna give it a border radius of 20. Okay, so guys, as you can see, this is exactly how it's going to be like. Okay, so something like this. Now over here, what do we do over here? And we're going to place in some text over here. So we're going to say what did it say over here? Welcome to, yeah, so this one says welcome to Kitech Digital High School. So welcome to. Okay, so I'm going to come over here, change this one to black, change the typography. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use Montserrat, and then this one I'm going to say 20, change it to 400. Okay, so and then I'm going to duplicate this one. So let me just duplicate this one, and then just duplicate, and then copy this whole thing, copy it, come back over here, and then just paste it over here. Go to style, change this one to 25, change this one to 600. Okay, and then still increase this one to 35. Okay, so welcome to Kitech Digital High School. So as you can see, this is how it looks like. Okay, so we still don't really like the way it looks like, so I'm going to go to this place over here, and then instead of full width, I'm going to say box. Okay, so it's going to be something like this, and I think this is quite okay. So after that, I'm going to go to this nine dots over here, or the grep icon, and then I'm just going to drag in a text editor over here. So you can just write in any text that you want to write in over here. Okay, so I'm going to just put in some few things over here, and then I'll just change the text few things over here, and then I think we are good to go. So it's going to be something like this. Now, of course, you can give in a space over here. So I'm going to go to this place, and then column gap, it's going to be middle. Let me see, column position, column gap. Okay, so I'm gonna say wider, or you can decide to create a custom column gap over here, and then just make it your own. Okay, so guys, as you can see, this is exactly how it's going to be like. Okay, so it's going to be something like this. If that is what you want, you can just click on update. Now be mindful that since you are creating this particular one, this is for desktop, so you should make sure that your website is responsive for all the other devices. So we're going to click on responsive mode over here, and then click on this particular one to make sure that our website is responsive. So if this is exactly what we want, now all what we need to do is just make sure that the width, or whatever it is supposed to be very big for us to be able to use. Okay, so fit to screen and all those things, if that is what you want. And then this session, let me look at here, let me go over here and make it just 100. Okay, or let me just go over here because this is supposed to be like 100. Okay, so let me just go over here, come here, and then just make this one, make this one. Let me see this one, or let me just make it 50 and see. Okay guys, let me see. This one is what? Oh, so 20 is what? Quite okay, but 20, yeah, 20 is quite okay. Let me also come here. Okay, and then let me just make here like 20, and then padding of 20. Okay, so why is this one becoming what is becoming? Okay guys, so let me go back over here and see why it's behaving this way. Okay, so let me just click over here, go over here. Oh, let me just click on this one, go over here and see the gap over here. Instead of custom, I'm just going to make it wider. Okay, and then now I'll go back over here, see. So now it has become okay guys. So I've tried different ways to make sure that it works. Even though it works, it's not showing on the the editor over here. So I don't know what is wrong with Elementor, but then these are some of the things that comes up whenever you are working with Elementor. Sometimes you have some glitch and other stuff. So I tried to open it in a different the same browser but a different place, and then I saw that it is working, because if I check in the iPad menu over here, everything works fine over here. Okay, always make sure that your column width, okay, so this one should be 100. If you want it to be just separately, this one should be 100, and then this column also should be, the width should be 100, and then you update it. Okay, so this is the how do you call it, the tablet mode. And then if you go to the mobile side also, like as you can see, everything adjusted very well. Everything is nicely done over here. Okay, so with the mobile side also, everything works perfectly well. If I change to, let's say, iPhone Pro, everything is what perfectly done over here. Now of course you can align it in the middle, depends on how you want to do. Okay, so that is, so this is the login screen for our, or the login page for our website. So this is the login page. Now let's go back, let's exit to this post, leave, and then go back to the other page, that is the registration, to also create a registration form for our registration page. Okay, so we're going to create a registration form for our registration page. So we're going to go back to Forminator over here, and then click on forms over here, and then also create a registration form for our registration page. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to we're going to click on create over here. Okay, so click on create, and then this time around we will search for registration. So we're going to click on registration, and then we click on continue. You can rename it anyhow, but the user registration is quite okay for me. I'm going to click on create to create the form. So it will give you a form to build on it. So this is the form that I want. So you can add or insert any other things in it. So as you can see, I want to go to insert over here, and then bring in name, and then maybe bring in a selector. Okay, and then what again? I think this is quite okay for me. I'm going to just choose over. So with the name, I'll position it at the top over here, the name, the username, the email, and then maybe the password, and then maybe the class over here. So the name is quite okay for me. Now with the name, you can go ahead and then even make it to 3 other names. Okay, so over here I can click on it, and then just do the settings that I want. Okay, so you can have multiple names. So I'll just exit this one, say first name, middle name, and then last name. Okay, so you can just choose anyhow you want it. If you just want first name and last name, depends on you, but I'm just going to leave this one as it is. And then the user name, and then the email, and then password. And this one I'll change it from select to maybe class. Okay, so class, and then this one will be JHS 1. This one will be JHS 2, and then I'll add another option which will also be JHS 3. Okay, so now I can just apply. So this is what the class, and then you can even add another option and say maybe registration, because you want to make sure that whoever is registering on your website is a student. So just choose another text field or input field for it, and then you can say registration number. Okay, so and then you say maybe input your registration number, or so a placeholder which says what, maybe enter your registration number or something like that. So enter your registration number. Enter your registration number. Okay, so student registration number, and you can just apply. Okay, so basically this is what you need. So then we can go to appearance over here. Then I'm going to use the flat over here. Okay, so the same thing, I'm not going to do much thing over here. I'm just going to go to user registration over here. Now with user registration, we can map the field to any field that we really want. Okay, so over here is the most important thing. Now what do we want? Do we want to assign role? So guys, what we want to do is we want to over here we want to assign a role for the for the user who registers on the website. So you can either choose any role for it. Okay, but what we are going to do is I'm going to leave it as subscriber over here. Now the reason why I'm doing that is based on the activation method. Now you remember that we set up the controls, content control, that when a user is a customer, the person can be able to automatically view that page. Okay, but over here we want to set up as a subscriber, because if the user registered and then get to the checkout point right now, the user cannot be able to and if the user is a subscriber, the user can be able to automatically view that page, but maybe the user did not pay. Okay, so what we want to do it, we want to leave it as a subscriber over here. Do not change it to a customer. Now after, when you go down over here, we say what, activation method. Now by default the user account is activated upon form submission, but we want to make it a manual activation. Okay, site admin will have to manually approve each entry from the submission page to activate the user account. You can also use an email activation, that is after checkout. Okay, so choose the page to redirect users to when they click on the confirmation link. So if they want to click on confirmation link, what page would they go to? Would they go to the checkout page, or would they go to which page? So that is exactly what you want to do. Now of course I'm going to choose the manual approval, because this is a small site. I can be able to manually approve all students whenever they come over there. So I'll just create a thank you page and then tell them that their account will be approved in 12 hours. So within that 12 hours, you can be able to check whether they paid or they've not paid, and then you'll be able to approve their account for them. And basically that is it. So activation email, by default WordPress sends an activation email containing user account information after the account activation. So after you have activated the account, an email will be sent to them. Okay, so these are all the things that you have to do, and then you can go to a behavior. Now this is the behavior. So with the behavior, what do you want to do? So after submission, what else? So after submission, we can make sure that you either send an inline message or redirect to a URL. So we want to redirect them to a URL, and this is where the checkout page comes in. Okay, so let's go over here, and then you want to just exit this page. Okay, so yeah, I want to apply to this post, leave, and I want to just check out the other page, how the page also looks like. So as you can see, this is the form that we are editing. Okay, so this is a particular form that we are editing. Now if you go over here, I want to go to product. Okay, so I want to go to product over here, all product, and then I want to copy the product ID. Okay, so over here, if you hover on it, you see that the product ID is what? ID is 30. Okay, so that is it. Now if you want to also check the product ID also, you can do so. Now if you hover on edit, you see that beneath over here, beneath, you can see that the product or post is equal to 30. Okay, but this is the product ID. The product ID is what? 30. So what we are going to do is I'm going to go over here and then click on this one. Now as you can see, you see this one over here, this is the form that I'm going to the URL that I'm going to use. Okay, and then I'm going to make sure that I leave a link in the description for you guys to copy the URL, and this URL will be able to redirect the user or the new user to the checkout page right after he has submitted the form. Okay, so I'm going to copy this one, come over here, and then over here I'm going to paste in this one, and then I'll delete the last one just after equal to, and then I'll write the product ID, which is 30 over there. So I'm going to just type in my my URL. So this one should be your URL followed by this particular string of link over here. Okay, so that is exactly what you're supposed to add. Now this is, like I told you, this is your product ID. Just copy the product ID and paste it over here. Okay, and then after that, redirect on the same tab. So if you want to redirect on the same tab, yeah, fine, we want to redirect on the same tab, and then we click on what? Apply. So exactly as we want it to be done. Now we can go ahead, scroll down, check in all the settings that you want to check for, and then email confirmation. Now of course this is the email confirmation that we want to get, so it will go to what? The admin email, and then also the user confirmation email. And then if you have any integrations that you want to integrate, for instance, maybe you want to integrate PayPal, you want to integrate Stripe, you want to integrate any other other thing, you can do so by doing it on this page over here, integration page over here. Okay, now we're going to go to settings over here. Now check all the settings for it. If everything is okay for you, all what we're going to do is we're going to click on publish. So the form is published. Now we can go ahead and then copy the form, then go back to our pages. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the page. So I will go over here to pages, all pages, and then I'll be able to edit the registration page and then include the form in it. So I'm going to go straight to the registration page over here, click on edit over here. Okay, so now guys, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on edit with Elementor. Now what I'm also going to do again is I'm going to go back over here and then go to pages again, and I'm going to open the login page again. Okay, so because I just want to copy that page, so I will open it with Elementor, edit with Elementor, and then I'll copy the details of that page and then come and then paste it over here, because I don't want to recreate a new page again. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy the template over here. So just copy this template, okay, and then come back to where is the page? This one, yeah, this one over here. Come over here, right click on it, and then just click on what, paste. So as you can see, I have what, just copied the template. Now over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this one and then replace this one with, oh sorry, so I'm going to delete this one, and then I'm going to go to here, copy the shortcode over here, come here, and then replace this, put the shortcode over here. So as you can see, this is what, this is a shortcode for our registration. So as you can see, this is our registration. Now beneath, we can add some few text over here. So already a user logged in, a login. Okay, so we're gonna just drag in this text underneath over here, and then ask if the person is already a user. So if you're already a user, then log in. Okay, so are you a user, or are you already a user? If you are, then please log in. So we're gonna go to style and then just style it the way we want it. So I'm gonna say maybe 18, okay, and then just change it to Montserrat. Just style it anyhow you want it. So I'm going to just leave it as it is, and then over here I'm going to go to the link over here and say what, login. So I'm going to just type in the login page over here, and then copy the just paste in this login page over here, and then the same thing, I'm going to copy this one, come to here, and then this is basically the registration, or the login page. So I'm gonna just paste it over here. So this is the login page. I'm gonna paste it over here and say create account. So let's say create account, okay, or create an account. So create an account, and then I'll say register. So let me just go and then search for the registration page. Where is it? Yeah, registration page. Oh, so it's registration, not register. So I'm going to copy the link over here, come over here, and paste it over here. Okay, so I'm going to update this one. I'll come to this particular one also and update it. So now guys, as you can see, I have two different forms set up already. So if I go to this place, okay, let me just come over here and then refresh this website. So as you can see, create an account is over here. So if I click on this one, it's going to take me to this account page. Okay, so now I can do some few settings that I will have to do on the I can do some few settings that I have to do on the registration page. So over here, I'm just going to adjust some few things. So I'm going to go to this place and then just give it a padding of, let's say 120, then bottom padding of let me say 250, and then this one will also be 250. Okay, so let me just update it, come over here and refresh it and see. Okay, so it's still not really showing the way we want it. So make sure that it shows perfectly well. So that is the most important thing. Make sure that everything shows perfectly well. So what I'm going to do is just going to go to advanced again, and then I'll say 350, and then 350 over here. So what I don't understand is why the pattern doesn't really change. Okay, so let me just make it 5 and see. Let me just make it 550 and come over here refresh it. Okay, so guys, as you can see, this one is really working fine over here. The only problem I have is my background over here is not. Now the reason why I'm having this kind of a problem is basically because I use Elementor Flexbox in creating the other one, and this one I'm just using how do you call it, the sessions. Okay, so that is basically most of the reason why, but that shouldn't even be more complex reason. So I'm just going to change this one to 450 and then see how it works. So let me change this one to also to 550 and then just update it, come over here, refresh it. Okay, so now everything is working perfectly. So now we have what our registration page already set up. Now let's look at how it's to be looking at in different devices. So it looks good over here, and then on the iPad mini 2 also looks good over here. So everything is fine, everything looks fine. So now we are good to go. Okay, so now we have our registration page set up, we have our our login page also set up. Now what we have to do is we have also redirected everything that we need to do. So even if a user tries to go to the home page right now, it will redirect the person to this particular page. Okay, so even if a user tries to, let's say, go to a page which really exists on the website, like let's say a cart page. Okay, so the user can be able to see the cart page, all right, but if the user tries to click on results, it will you will send the person to the login page, and that is exactly what we need. So this is basically how the website really works. Now we've already linked everything that we need to link. Now the only thing left is for us to what I'm going to do is I'm going to recreate or create a new registration page. Okay, and then I'll show you how the two works. Now the first one is using the WooCommerce, and then the second one is also using how do you call it, it's using the external payment processor. Okay, so I'm going to just copy this particular one, go to pages, and then just click on add new. I'm going to create another registration and call it registration number 2. Okay, so I'm going to say register. Okay, this time around I'll just use register. Okay, so I'm going to use the Elementor canvas over here, and then I'll just click on publish, click on edit with Elementor, and then I'm going to paste in the page that we copied. So guys, as you can see, this is the registration page. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the forms over here. Okay, I'm going to go to forms, and I'll just the same form, but I'm just going to duplicate it and then change some things out of it. So I'll just click on the user registration over here. Okay, let's click over here and then just say duplicate. Okay, so I'm just going to duplicate this particular form. Okay, so this is a copy of the registration, and that's exactly what we need. So I'm going to edit this particular form, and then the only thing that we want to change is we want to go to the behavior. Okay, and then where it says redirect user to a URL. Now I have a payment page that I've already set up from Paystack. Now for those of you who knows what Paystack is, it's just a payment processor that works in Africa. Okay, so this is my Paystack account, and then I'm just going to copy this particular link over here, and then what I'm going to do is, instead of here over here, it says redirect to a thank you page. So definitely after payment, it will redirect this user to a thank you page over here. So if you go to let me say this one over here. So is this is registration. Okay, so this is what we are using. So I'm going to click on this one, and then just, oh, let me just go to the forms. Okay, so yeah, over here I'm going to edit the form, and then instead of this cart, redirection checkout page over here, I'm just going to paste in this paste tag link over here, and then I'll click on apply, click on update. So I have updated the the form. Okay, I've updated the form. So I'm going to go to forms and then copy the short code for this particular form. So to copy the short code, I'm going to click over here, and then you see copy short code over here. I'm going to click on copy, and then come to register over here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste in this registration form over here, the short code over there, and then I'll click on what update. So now if I go to a different let me just go over here, and then just go over here and then click on search for, just try to go to register. Instead of registration, I'll go to register. So this is the same form. All right, so I can just fill in my details over here. Just go ahead, fill in all the details that I want to fill, and then choose the class. Write me my registration number over here. So let's say my registration number is Kitech High School 001. Okay, let's say this is my registration number. Now I'm going to say register. And guys, look, at the moment I register, what it does is it takes me to this particular place over here for me to pay. Okay, but with this particular one over here, now look at how it does. Now if I try to register over here, so let's say the same name, let's say not Evans, so Kobe K, and then I'll just say this one is 1, and then with this one, let me just use any demo, and then password, I'll just be able to just enter any password that I want to enter over here, and then I also enter my registration number. So instead of, I'll say 2, then click on register. Now guys, look at this one. This one takes me to what? The cart page. Okay, redirect me to the cart page, and then I can proceed to what? Proceed to checkout. So as you can see, it takes me to what? The checkout page. Okay, and then I can be able to place the order. So for me, I prefer this one specifically because this one goes to my payment processor straight away. Then I'll be able to pay, and then when after paying, the person will be redirected to a thank you page for for a notice that I left over there for the person. And that is what exactly where you, now with the thank you page, it's just a simple page designed with Elementor. Okay, so let's say this is just a thank you page specifically designed with Elementor. It's not anything big. It's just a thank you page designed with what Elementor. Now you can do same for your for yourself, but I'm not going to waste time with all this one. I just want to show you how the platform really works and how it can be able to redirect users and make it a big website for yourself. So the only thing left is for us to edit edit some specific things that we have to edit. So for instance, we have to go to, let's go to the plugins over here. Let's see what we haven't tackled yet, and then yeah, so checkout field editor, we have not tackled it. We've tackled everything aside this one. Okay, so we're going to click here and say settings over here, and then what it does is just remove certain things from the checkout field over here. Okay, so you see these things are all so many. Have shipping details and other things which we are not dealing with any shipping over here. So what we're going to do is just going to leave some and then remove some. Okay, so I'm going to just remove this one, remove this one, remove this one, remove this one, remove company. Okay, so it's going to be like like a country and then a city. Okay, so that is exactly what I want. And then I'm going to say disable. Okay, so now that I have this one done, I can click on save changes over here, and then I'll go to shipping field. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on name over here and then click on disabled, because I want to disable everything under shipping. And then I'll click on additional field, click on additional field over here, and also disable the additional field. So click over here and then disable, and then click on save changes. Okay, so if I come over here and then I refresh this particular thing over here, so guys, as you can see, I only have some few things over here. So I'll just have the first name, last name, your country, the city, the phone number, email address, and then you account username and password over here for you to go ahead and then log into buy the product and become a customer of the website. So now that we've done with this one, also now the only thing left for our website to be complete is for us to create the header and footer for the website. So as you can see over here, we have a header over here, but it's not really done. So we're going to go to customize over here. So if you look at this particular website, you see that this is a simple header over here with the logo over here and some few things over here. The same thing is what we're going to do with this one also. Okay guys, so we're going to go to header over here, and then we're going to set our logo. So for our logo, we will click on this particular one over here. Now I wanted to use SVG, but I don't know why the SVG is not working. I'm just going to try again and see why. Let me go to desktop and then results checker, and let me just drag this one in it. So the file type is not allowed because I haven't maybe enabled that particular file type. So I'm just going to use this logo over here. So I'm just going to just drag it here and then drag it here and then just crop it. Okay guys, so as you can see, this logo. Now you can decide to make it small or make it big. It depends on you. So I'm going to make it like 90. Okay, now of course you can decide to leave this one and make it like just logo alone, or just logo and title. All depends on you. So I'm just going to leave it like a logo and title and see, and then go to the primary menu over here. I'm going to click on select menu. Oh, go back over here, go back, go to header. I'm going to go to the primary menu. I'm going to go to design over here, and then what I'm going to do is just change the colors of the menu. So I think this one is quite okay. And then the navigation font. Okay, so I'm going to use Montserrat. So I'll use this one, and then I'll choose style over here. I'll make it like a 700 so that it will be a little bit bolder, or let's say 600. Okay, then the size, I'll increase it a little bit. So 20 is quite okay. I just want my header font should be a little bit bigger. Then I'm going to add button. Okay, so I'm going to add a button over here, and then with a button I'm just going to write check results. So check results, and then I'll just link it to the results page. Okay, so I'm just going to link it to this particular page, which is our home page. Okay, so it's not any big deal. So let me just copy the link. I'm just going to copy the link over here and then paste it over here. Okay, and then what are we going to do again? Let me see. Okay, so you can go to design, and then if you want border radius, you can choose a border radius for it. Even if you want hover colors and all those things, you can decide to choose it, but I'm going to leave it as it is right now. And then over here with the main row, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to just give it like a white background. If I don't want it to be like a white background, I can just give it like a border. Okay, border. Okay, let me just give this one give this one like a border like this, and give it like a 1. Then with this one, I'm just going to give it like something like this, like a blue kind of thing. Depends on you. Okay, and if I even want this one to be blue, I can just choose blue. But because of my logo, which is white, I'm just going to leave it as white. Okay, but I just want this border to be kind of like a blue. Okay, which is quite okay for me. So I'll publish it, and then the next one I'm going to think about is my my footer. Okay, so for the footer, I just have only footer copyright notice. So what I'm going to do is link style, I don't want no underline. With a footer general, I'll go to the general and then just clean this one from here. Now I'll just add some few things that I want to add. So designed by Kitech Digital. So I'll say designed by Kitech Digital over here, and then I can just give a link to it. So I'll just give a link to it, which is pointing to my main website. And then what do I do next? What I'm going to do is I'm going to just go to footer bottom and then go to design over here, and then I'll come to bottom row background. Then just change it to any color that I want. So let's say I want it to be black. Okay, yeah, I can choose black for it. Then let me go to footer copyright again, go over here, change the font to white. Let me just change the font to this, kind of like a white, but not white, like a grayish color. And then the link color is also, you can choose any color that you want to make it. So I'll make it white. When somebody hover on it, I want it to be blue, so something like that. So I think this one is quite good for me. I can decide to publish it. Of course, if you want to change the font, you can also do it over here. So basically, I think we are through. Everything is good, and the website is complete. So as you can see, this is how the website really looks like. Now somebody can log out. Okay, completely log out, and then if we log out right now, let's see, we go back over here. Okay, so this is how the website will look like. If you don't have an account, you just need to create an account over here. So guys, this is how you can be able to create a complete results checker website, which somebody can be able to come, or a student can be able to come and then check their results, do a whole lot of things on your website. The main website is just for checking results, nothing else. So you have a school, you want students to check their own results whenever they do exams and all those things. You can use this Educare plugin, create a website like this, design it anyhow you want it, and then students will be able to check their results. Thank you for watching this video. I hope this video helps you a lot. If there is any question that you want to ask me, please put it in the comment section. I'll try my best to answer it. I'll leave our links and other things to any other resources that you need in the description. Make sure that you check the description. Also, please support the channel by subscribing to this channel, and then please don't forget to buy us a coffee or try as much as possible to support our Patreon channel. Also, you can even become a member of this channel by using the member links in the description over there, and then try and then just give us a thanks, and we appreciate it. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next video. Bye bye.